SMTD. My name is Sherry Lynn. I'm a registered dietitian, a dancer, and a choreographer. I graduated from SMTD in 2020 with my master's in fine arts in dance. I'm so excited to be back with you to talk about hydration to optimize performance. Whether you're a dancer, musician, singer, actor, any sort of performing artist, it's so important to make sure that our fluid intake is optimal. We know that this is important to have a proper functioning body and brain. What happens when we have inadequate hydration? Couple things. Not only does it impact our performance negatively, it also slows us down. It decreases stamina, endurance, our cognition, our recovery, our metabolism, and it actually can increase risk of injury because of all those different things. When we talk about hydration, we're talking about replacing sweat. What is contained in our sweat? Of course, the majority of it's going to be water. Also, when we talk about electrolytes, it's mostly minerals. The two top minerals that we lose in sweat is sodium and chloride. And below that, in the lesser amount, is potassium, magnesium, calcium. Again, not very much of those three, mostly sodium and chloride. Sodium chloride and potassium work together to help regulate and maintain fluid balance in our bodies, which is very crucial for all bodily functions. And magnesium and calcium are essential for muscle function and play an important role in energy metabolism. So for performers, these minerals are especially important in making sure that we replenish them each time we're sweating. Here is an example, all right? So even losing as little as 2% of our body weight from sweat can decrease our performance. So for an athlete, say they lose 4 pounds of sweat during one workout, that is going to decrease their performance just by losing sweat. And if they're not replacing that, oh, you better know that's going to impact them. Electrolytes like sodium are lost through sweat, definitely. And if you're a heavy sweater like me and you're a salty sweater like me, you want to make sure you are replenishing those things. If you are practicing or have rehearsals outside or in the field, you definitely want to be even more mindful to make sure you're getting in your fluids and electrolytes. So here are a couple ways that you can know if you're getting proper hydration. Okay. So for a normal individual, we want to take our weight by number of pounds divided by 2. That is going to let you know the minimal amount of water you need each day. So someone who's 180 pounds, they need 90 fluid ounces of water typically. If you are a active person, for every pound you lose during that one activity, you want to replenish by drinking 16 to 24 ounces of fluid. Okay. So what professional athletes do is they measure their weight before an exercise and after exercise and say they lose 3 pounds, right? Then they multiply that number 3 by 16 to 24 and they add that to what the minimal need is. So that's how you know how much water you need each day. Now, again, weighing yourself is not requirement. There are other tools to do that. If weighing yourself sounds interesting, you want to know the data behind that, then go ahead and do it. If weighing yourself on a scale is triggering and it's not helpful for your mental health or your body image, don't worry about that. There are other ways to measure sweat loss. Here are some tech tools. Of course, it's an app for everything. My Sweat Rate is an app you can use if you want to track your sweat rate. But the best tool I think everyone has access to is looking at your urine color. That's right. Check your pee. Check it regularly. The goal is to have a light yellow like lemonade. If it's darker like apple juice, you need to drink more water. You don't have enough fluids. If it's super clear all the time, then you actually might need more electrolytes. So you want somewhere just slightly like lemonade. Check your pee. Here are some other general recommendations. All right, you can definitely have a dedicated water bottle that is always on hand, and you can figure out how many bottles of water you need by taking the total amount of fluids that you need each day divided by how many ounces a water bottle holds. So if I need 144 ounces per day, my water bottle holds 48 ounces in the bottle. That means I need at least 3 of those per day. Hydrate before training. Try to have 12 to 16 ounces of water an hour before training. That's going to help you be able to perform at your best. Sip on water every 20 minutes during training, 6 to 12 ounces. Just like sip on water throughout if you can, ideally, of course. And if you're not doing that, then you definitely want to rehydrate post-activity or post-training. Remember to replace sweat loss. Hydrating beverages can include water, sports drinks, fruit juice, Propel, low dairy, those yogurt drinks, coconut water. The main thing you want to look at is if you're a heavy sweater, you want to make sure there's sodium. So coconut water is a great rehydration, but doesn't have sodium. Make sure including some sort of food that has some sodium. What are some foods that have these minerals? So sodium-rich foods, you can do salted nuts or trail mix, salted pretzels, crackers, anything that has table salt. Again, if you have one of these with a coconut water, awesome. You're set. Potassium. Potassium-rich foods include bananas, potatoes, sweet potatoes, or regular white potatoes, dark leafy greens, and citrus fruits. Magnesium, pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, peanut butter, nut butters, spinach, and beans. All right, and calcium-rich foods include milk, yogurt, almonds, and broccoli. What about electrolyte powders or drinks? Yes, they can be a very effective tool if you especially don't have food in hand. Again, food is always better, but if you want convenience, electrolyte powders are very convenient to just throw in the bag. Here are some top ones that I recommend to my clients. LMNT, Noon, and Buoy. These have higher amounts in sodium and varying amounts in potassium. And so this is something you can look into and talk to your dietitian about to see which one would be best for you. Whenever you're looking at any sort of hydration, electrolytes, or supplements, you want to see if they are third-party tested or at least in a facility that is third-party tested. The supplement industry is not well regulated and product labels don't always match what's in the container, and it can be at risk for contamination or other risk factors. So make sure whatever supplement or hydration drink you're doing is third-party tested or at least in a facility that is third-party regulated. That's the only way to know if a product actually meets safety standards. All right. So those are some tips for hydration, making sure you get your fluids, your electrolytes, whether through food or through electrolyte powders. All right. Have a good one. Happy fueling.